introduce the executive.
Don't believe that.
I am guessing. All right, so we're asking for the remaining team, the remaining persons. We have about 3 seats in front here. All you is a handsome guy. I want all you to come up in front. Of this evening's New National Party Youth Convention. And so we want to thank each and every one of you guys who would have made it here and remained here with us this evening. To recommend this evening's session, we have one of our young, beautiful, vibrant young person within the New National Party who's here with us this evening. And she will be giving us a poem this evening. And so we want to invite this evening Miss Cindy Noel as she gives to us a poem. So, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Miss Zinzi Noel, who is here with us this evening.
Good evening, everyone. This poem is titled Rise Unshaken. I've been told that my voice is too soft, that my dreams stretch too far, that the weight of my body could never carry the weight of the world. But I rise on trembling legs, on whispered prayers, on the echo of every no that tried to bury me beneath doubt. I've been broken, bent like branches in the storm, but even in the wreckage, I found the roots of my strength digging deeper into the earth. I am the fire they thought they could burn out, the whisper turned roar, the stone they overlooked, now carving mountains from their disbelief. No longer will I bow to the hands that try to mold me into something smaller, into something silent. I am vast. I am loud. I am here. And to you who have felt the weight of the world press against your chest, who have been told you are too much or not enough, know this. You are power in motion, a storm that refuses to be still. Rise unshaken. Rise and take up space. Rise because the world has been waiting for you all along. Rise and let your heartbeat pound against the silence. Let your hands shape the future they said you could never hold. You're not a whisper, you are thunder, rolling through valleys of doubt, turning echoes of pain into songs of triumph. They will try to dim you, wrap their fears around your light, but you were born to blaze, to carve your name into the wind, to stand in the face of every impossible and make it possible. Do not shrink, do not yield. You are every step forward, every battle fought, every dream carried on the backs of those who walked before you. And when they ask, how did you rise? You will smile because you always knew you were meant to soar. So rise, not just for yourself, but for those who still sit in the dark waiting for a sign that strength can bloom even in the hardest places. Rise and never look back. Rise because your story is not over. Because every scar is a chapter, every tear a testament to the power you hold within. You are not defined by the walls that try to contain you, but by the way you broke through with grace and fury intertwined. Lift your head, feel the sun against your face. Let the whispers of your ancestors fill your lungs with purpose. You walk in the footsteps of warriors, of dreamers, of those who dared to believe that change begins with a single unwavering step. So stand tall, not in spite of your struggles, but because of them. Let them see the fire in your eyes, the unshakable will in your heart, the quiet revolution that lives in every breath you take. You are the echo of resilience, the embodiment of hope, the living proof that strength is born from the depths of pain and doubt. And when you rise, when you claim your place, know that you light the way for others, still finding the courage to stand. Rise because you were never meant to stay on your knees. Rise because the world needs your power, your voice, your unstoppable light. Rise. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Zinzi Noel. And the poem that was just read, we want to thank Miss Zinzi Noel. Give her again a round of applause, lusty round of applause for Miss Zinzi Noel. Ladies and gentlemen, our main purpose this evening was to elect the executive youth arm of the new National Party. We want to make one brief change. Remember, in our credentials, we'd have stated the constituency for South East. We would have had just one delegate. So the correction would indicate that there were 10 delegates that was registered for St. George's South East. So thank you so very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to introduce our executive members of the new National Party Youth Arm. You are the ones who selected and elected them. And so this evening, we are going to introduce each one of them again. As they come on stage, we want to give them a lusty round of applause. As we say in local terminology, make a lot of noise. Yes? So ladies and gentlemen, starting with the elected president. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, make some noise for Miss Amanda Chapal George. Ladies and gentlemen, your president, Miss Amanda Chapal George, and to assist her in her duties, her deputy president. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Mr. Tarek Frank. Yeah, I find that young people coming in kind of slow, boy. All your music playing kind of enjoyed. Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, the secretary, make some noise for Miss Monique Cummins. Miss Monique Cummins, ladies and gentlemen. A lusty round of applause for Miss Monique Cummins. Our treasurer, Mr. Everett Charles. Mr. Everett Charles. And your public relation officer, Mr. Greg Hoston. Make some noise for Mr. Greg Hoston. The floor members will be called upon and they will take a seat amongst the head table. We want to welcome Miss Alicia Wankane, floor member. Mr. Alex Cumberbatch. Congratulations. Miss Rebecca Bennett. We want to say congratulations to you guys. And Mr. Darren Gordon. And your final floor member, Mr. Nathan Douglas. So we want to congratulate, give a lusty round of applause for the entire selected members of the executive. So just to add to this, and we would invite the persons to come on stage. Also, you can join us on stage. We do have a few committees that was put in place. So in terms of committees, your Community Service and Project Committee will be headed by Ms. Tricia Jones Williams. So Ms. Williams, we are inviting you up. Your Fundraising Committee will be headed by Ms. Jessica Phillip. Also, so don't forget we are inviting the members to come up. Your Youth Leadership and Development, in terms of Youth Leadership and Development Committee, Mr. Darren Gordon, we want to invite you up. He would be in charge of that committee. So we want to say congratulations to him. Members Welfare Committee, Miss Natasha Cummins. Yes, come on up, fear not. And last but not least, your Communication Committee would be headed by yours truly, Mr. Prince James. I would be in charge of your community communication. And ladies and gentlemen, this evening we continue. And so we want to say thanks to each one of you guys who participated this evening. And so, to address our young persons within the New National Party, we invite our newly elected president to address you, Miss Amanda Japal George. A standing ovation, ladies and gentlemen, for Miss Amanda Japal George.
Good afternoon once again. NMP youths! NMP youths! St. Andrew Southeast! A pleasant good afternoon to each and every one of you. Members of the head table, executive members, viewers on the live, and you, the youths of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. During the elections, I took a moment to reflect and I asked myself, how did I get here? Because this is a place that I never, ever thought I'd be on a political platform. My parents, and St. Andrew Southeast knows the story, but my parents aren't heavily political. As a matter of fact, they would entertain both NDC and NMP people in their house because my father was a polling clerk. So we couldn't show our political affiliations. But at the age of 10 or 11, I wasn't older than that, our political leader, Mrs. Emmeline Pear, came to our house to have her first meeting in St. Andrew Southeast. And I sat in the corner of the room and I was like, oh boy, I want to go in politics. I must go in politics someday. That's what I said. And my parents said, well, no, because we're into this polling clock thing. You cannot show your political affiliations. So I changed my mind off of politics, right? However, whenever I saw the little trucks passing by and the little rally going, I running outside and wave and jump, because NMP is my party, right? And one day in 2022, I made a decision. I went into Mrs. Pierce's office and I said to her, I want to do something. I want to be a part of something. And she said to me, well, what do you want to do? But mind you, I was about 95 pounds, right? My brother used to call me a toothpick. So the size you see in here and everybody telling me that I'm small, I was smaller than that. So imagine somebody as small as me just walking into Miss Emlyn Pierce's office, my entire hair red, fully red. I'm sure Miss Pierre thought, well, this girl have to be crazy. But then I turned to her and I said, I want you to mentor me, right? And I left that day thinking maybe she won't take me serious. But I was serious. But maybe she won't take me serious. But then we were having some zonal meetings in Mamacan. And one of the persons on her team called and said, hey, Amanda, would you like to say something? And I jumped at the opportunity. And I spoke. And she said to me, you have something. We go work with that. and and it was that from there. I started with the new national party. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is to emphasize that sometimes we wait for opportunities to come to us, but not realizing that the opportunities for growth and development as young people are often right in front of us. Instead of reaching out for them, we sit back hoping that someone will just hand it to us. And we often say, well, one miss you don't pass you. But did you know that you miss 100% of the shots that you never took? And I'm here today because I sought out an opportunity to better serve my country. And you are sitting there today because you believe that the new national party is the best and can make a better way for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. And I'll leave you with some words that I've shared with St. Andrew Southeast. Don't ever think that you are not good enough. You are. The world needs more of you. And remember, there is only one you. So be the best you that you can be. One you, never two. My sister came up to me one time and she said, I always have stories, eh? Girl, you doesn't afraid to do them things and them. And I'm like, well, the most people tell me is no. Everybody gets scared sometimes. But what do you do with that fear? Will you let that fear keep you back from the direction that you want to go? No. I want to remind you to never be bullied into silence. Accept no one's definition of your life. Define yourself. How many of you have been told that you are the black sheep in your families? How many have been told that you are the black sheep in your community and that nothing will ever come out from you? I'm sure some of you here have been told that. But I want to tell you that there is something special about you and you were born to do great things. And do not let anybody take that away from you. And in the new national party, we embrace the misfits. We embrace the rebels. We embrace the wrong pegs in the square holes. We embrace the ones who see things differently. Because the people like you and I, who are called the black sheep in our communities and families, are the ones that are going to move Grenada forward, are the ones that are going to make positive change. I want to just leave this with you. Believe in yourself, because I believe in you. Youths of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, I stand here today deeply humbled, grateful, and honored to have been entrusted with the responsibility of leading the new National Party's youth arm as your newly elected president. But first, I must extend my heartfelt gratitude to all who have served before us. Your dedication, sacrifices, and efforts have laid the foundation upon which we stand today. And you have passed us the torch. And I pledge, and my team pledge to carry it with honor and determination. To my fellow UTAM members, I cannot stress enough how much your support means to me. And together we have demonstrated that the strength of the new national party lies in its people, passionate and hardworking individuals who believe in the vision of a brighter future for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. So as we embark on this journey together, I encourage each of you to stay engaged, to stay active, and to stay motivated, because the work ahead will require commitment, creativity, and unity. But I have no doubt that together we can continue to build a vibrant and impactful youth arm that not only supports the party, but also inspires change in our communities. And I tell you this, our role as the youth arm is pivotal. We are not just the leaders of tomorrow. We are the change makers of today. We are the now. And we have a responsibility to be advocates for youth development, to engage with our communities, and to ensure that a new national party remains the best and the right choice for the future of this nation. And as president, I am committed to upholding the values of the new national party and fostering an environment where every voice is heard and every talent is nurtured and every goal is pursued with purpose. So let us continue the work of those who came before us and build upon their legacy and create a movement that reflects the hopes and dreams of the young people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. But to the new executive today, I say this: our success will not be measured by our titles, but by the impact we make. So let us lead by example. Let us inspire others and protect the future of the new national party with unwavering dedication. I want to say thank you for believing in me. I want to say thank you for believing in us. And together, we will make a difference. Together, we will secure the future of our great party and our beautiful country, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. So may God bless the youths of the new national party. Thank you.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there you had it. I swear when I was coming back on the mic, I was wanting to say go out and vote on Tuesday. I just congratulate Ms. Japa. A wonderful speech given there, ladies and gentlemen. Give her a round of applause again. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, to continue with this form of enthusiasm, we do have we do have now the youth empowerment address that will be given by the public relation officer of the New National Party. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. Kitaka Mautu.
Thank you, Prince. Political leader, Honorable Emmeline Pear, all the executive members, the newly elected youth arm of the New National Party. I want everyone to put their hands together for the newly elected youth arm. Now, it's amazing to see so many young, passionate faces here today. The energy, the vibe is proof that we, the youth, are not just the future of Grenada. We are the present and now. I want to give a big shout out to all the people who are looking online. We appreciate you taking time out of your Sunday to view us today, and we definitely want to see you coming on board and supporting the initiatives of the new National Party. Now, we are here today to talk about the role of youth in national development. And let me start by saying something very important. The youth of a nation are the keys to its prosperity. In simple terms, if Grenada is going to move ahead, it is up to us. No one is coming to save us. We have to be the ones to take charge and bring the change that we want to see. People love to say, young people are the future. But let me tell you this, we are more than that. We are the now, and if we don't step up, who will step up for us? Did you know that young people make up nearly half of Grenada's population? That means we have the numbers, the energy, and the creativity to shape our country's future in a way that no other generation before could have. We are connected, we are innovative, and we are full of potential. Look around the world. Young people are leading movements, starting businesses, and making history. But let me ask you this, are we using our voices and talents to build the Grenada we want to see? We have access to technology, social media, and a global stage at our fingertips. Our voices, when united, can influence policies, create jobs, and inspire change. But that's not enough. To, but that is not enough to have the tools. We must work diligently to use those tools effectively. Now, the key areas where young people can drive national development. Let's talk about how we can make an impact. There are four key areas I want to focus on where young people can step up and shape the future of our country. The first one, economic development and innovation. Let's face it, jobs are hard to find. But here's the thing, we don't just have to look for jobs, we have to create them. Every day, every day, people are finding creative ways to solve problems and make money, whether it's in agriculture, tourism, technology, entertainment, sports, content creation, renewable energy. There is opportunities everywhere. The NNP believes in entrepreneurs. Our track record when in office stand where we offered training, funding, mentorship, and thousands of young people were able to start and have a hand up, and many of them are living success stories today. Today, I challenge each and every one of you, look around, see the problems, and find solution. That's how we change our lives and we change our country. Number two, political engagement and leadership. Politics isn't just for the old folks, it's for us too. We can't sit back and complain. We need to get involved, whether it's volunteering, running for office, or just staying informed. Your voice matters. It's not just about voting, it's about making sure we have a seat at the table. Because let's be real, if we are not at the table, we are on the menu. And trust me, we don't want to be eaten like a hot plate of oil down. Three, community and social responsibility. Our communities need us. We have to look out for each other, support our friends in their businesses, and give back through volunteering and mentorship. Imagine if every one of us here today mentored or helped just one young person, we could change Grenada overnight. The best way to show our love for this country is by taking care of each other and building stronger communities. Number four, climate action and sustainability. We all see what's happening with the climate. Hotter days, stronger storms, sun today, rain in the afternoon, and it's just crazy. If we don't take action now, we will regret it later. We have to be the ones to lead the charge for a greener, cleaner Grenada. Simple things like planting trees, reducing waste, and pushing for better environmental policies can make a huge difference. Our grandparents depended on the land, and it's our job to protect it for the future generations. Now, as I begin to wrap up, challenges facing our young people and the way forward. Now, I would be a hypocrite if I stand here and act like if everything is easy. We have real struggles: unemployment, lack of opportunities, mental health challenges. Youth, you may not feel connected to the current NDC administration and face threats of victimization and associating with the NNP. So many young people who are invited to come to this event were scared. They're like, Itaka, I don't want to come here. I don't want camera pick me up. Don't take out no picture of me. And they're so scared to associate with a party, which is their fundamental right as a citizen in Grenada. So I understand the situation. But guess what? Challenges are meant to be overcome. The fact that so many of you here gives me hope that we are not afraid and we are willing to step up for our rights and freedom to associate with a political organization of our choice. We can break through those barriers if we stay focused, work hard, and take advantage of all the opportunities that come our way. We have to believe in ourselves, and most importantly, we have to support each other. If we want change, we must be the change. We cannot trust, depend, or wait on this current government or someone to hand us opportunities. We have to create them for ourselves. So today, I'm challenging each and every one of you. Step up, take action, invest in yourself, learn new skills, start that business, volunteer in your community, engage with your leaders, share your ideas, and most importantly, hold this current government and anyone in office accountable to deliver on the things that they say they will deliver to you. Let this be the generation that doesn't just talk, but takes action. Let's prove that young people aren't lazy or entitled. We are ambitious, we are driven, and we are ready to lead. The NMP believes in us, and together with our energy, our ideas, we will build a Grenada that is strong, successful, and it's led by the energy and the vibrancy of the young people. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So now at the end of this speech, I would say to you guys, for those of you guys who have just taken 18, your friend, family, whoever it is, let them know that they can start registration because in the next few years coming, the lady sitting on the table to my left, the pretty one on the table there. She's going to be our next prime minister. So I want you guys to go get registered and get ready to vote as we are about to make history here in Grenada. Ladies and gentlemen, among us, another vibrant young person, but I take delight in inviting the next speaker because for those who know me well, I am St. Mark's to my heart. And the next speaker we have this evening, our special remarks will come from our newly selected senator, Dr. Mayana Charles, and she's from the beautiful parish of St. Mark's. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Mayana Charles.
Listen, we know what we have, we don't know what we gon' get. We know what we have, we don't know what we gon' get. Keep a hold on what you have. Oh, what you want, hold on tight, what you have.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Prince. Allow me to recognize our political leader, Honorable Emmeline Pear, members of the executive, supporters, and well-wishers. I want to first congratulate and say a special good evening to my fellow change makers, you, the youths of Grenada, Carriacou, and P.T. Martinique. And let us give a round of applause, a hearty round of applause, to a newly selected youth elected. Allow me to recognize our chairman and former political leader, Dr. The Right Honorable Charles.
Move it. Yes, we move it. Move it. If you move it, move it. Yes, move it. Stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. For people that say,
This evening, as we speak, our beloved nation is grappling with a health crisis. And this crisis needs our urgent attention. I want you to picture a few scenarios. First, picture a mother desperately searching for life-saving treatment for her child. I want you to picture somebody in pain, unable to get the medication that they need to offer some relief. Can you imagine what that looks like? I want you to picture an elderly man having to leave from St. Patrick's and traveling miles to St. George's just to get basic health care that should be available in the medical stations and health centers close by. I want you to picture a family having to leave Grenada to get care for their loved ones. My fellow youths, this is a painful reality for many in our communities. But this is also a call to action for your engagement and involvement. You hold the power to drive change. Your voices, your ideas, your creativity are the tools that can reshape Grenada's future. So I want you to repeat after me. I hold the power. Louder. I know you have more energy than that. I hold the power to drive change. Excellent. Now, when you speak out, advocate for reforms, and demand a better healthcare system, you challenge the status quo. You bring fresh perspectives to the table and can inspire innovative solutions to address the root cause of the challenges we face. But let me be clear. If you remain silent, if your voices remain unheard, the consequences will be dire. We will continue to lose lives to preventable diseases. And you know what is sad? The most vulnerable in our communities, which are our children and elderly, will bear the brunt of this neglect. And I want to say to you this evening, the new National Party understands this reality. That is why we are calling on you, our next generation of leaders, to rise up, to get involved, and bring your innovative ideas to the table. We believe in you. We believe in your potential. And through mentorship and leadership opportunities that exist within the new National Party. And that is one of the beauty of the new National Party. We can empower each other to take an active role in our nation's future. So I ask you, are you ready to be part of the solution? Are you ready to be part of the solution? Are you ready to stand up for your loved ones? Are you ready to stand up for your communities? Are you ready to stand up for your future? So I want you to stand up this evening and say, I am ready. And I will be part of the solution. And I will stand up for my loved ones, my communities, and myself. You can be seated. Thank you. And I want you to leave you with this. The future of our nation, your future, depends on the courage you show today. Speak up, get involved, advocate for the change that you wish to see. And speakers before me made that same point. So I want you to be the change that you want to see in this world. Be the change that you want to see in our beloved nation, Grenada, Carriacou, and Peter Martinic. And remember, your voices are the catalyst for a brighter, healthier tomorrow. So let us rise together as a unified force, determined to build the Grenada that we all love and deserve. Thank you.
This one, get kids, all Grenadians. Yeah. We can't.
Yes, yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you, Honorable Dr. Mayana Charles, Senator Mayana Charles. I know during the week, young people, they would have scared you guys a little bit when you look on the news and so on, and you heard so many things, you decided, well, the NNP done. But it's a house we have. So a few plate go break, a few tiles go raise up, few things, a few cutting go need to change. So that is what we're doing within the new National Party. That is going to be okay with the house. But the foundation stands firm, and we are still here. So don't worry. We will call a few fellas to change the electrical and the installation. It has been there for 40 years. So it's going to change. Ladies and gentlemen, to continue the dynamic conversation this evening, and we must recognize all the ladies within the National Party. Ladies, give yourself a round of applause. We now have a political leader, a lady, our newly elected youth leader, another lady. And I believe the tallest, shortest person within the new National Party is here with us this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, a special remark will be coming now from Honorable Kate Skeeter Lewis Peters.
Thank you very much, Prince, our chairperson for this evening. Mr. Did they run the thing now? We voted
Tell them, go there and pass.
Thank you, Mr. DJ. Let me first of all recognize our political leader, the Honorable Emmeline Pear, our former political leader and chairman of the party, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, all other members of the National Executive. And at this time, I want to say a special congratulations to our newly elected Youth Arm Executive, led by Amanda Japal George. But we can't forget this evening, you, the young people of the new National Party, give yourselves a big round of applause. Despite the odds, you are here. And we are very grateful for your presence this evening. Indeed, it is my honor to address you. And this evening, I wish to speak to you about youth and opportunities. History will show you that the young people of any country are the change makers. They are the doers, the innovators, and the creative minded people. And as a result of that, if given any opportunity, can create the change that they want to see. But if we look around today to what is happening in our country, we have young people who are creative, innovative, and of course, they are passionate about life. However, there are little to no opportunities. And that is why the new National Party will be back to rescue you, the young people of our country. Because whenever you speak about opportunities for young people, the new National Party does it best. And our track record and our history are there to show. So it is not just about me coming and say that it is the NMP that have done it. No, our track record is there to prove it. Let me remind you of some of the opportunities that we have created in the past during our time in office for young people of this country. And today, I'm looking at many of these young people, they have moved on and they are thriving in their career, in their life, in their places of employment as a result of opportunities received or given to them by the new National Party administration. Let us look at the Imani program. Thousands of our young people were given an opportunity to improve their lives through that program. We speak about the educational opportunities, a second chance to increase the academic qualifications. Some who had no form of academical background were given the opportunity to pursue CXCs, were given the opportunity to pursue CVQs at various levels, levels 1 up to levels 4. Some who had academic qualification, they had a start and needed further improvement, were given opportunities at universities, St. George's University in Grenada, and then we had universities in the region and internationally. The Imani program did that for our young people. But we can also boast about the enormous job opportunities that they receive as a result of on the job training. Thousands of young people were placed on job sites, and many of them received permanent placement and permanent employment as a result of it. We must congratulate the people who worked hard with the new Imani program, giving young people these opportunities. Many of our young people through that program became entrepreneurs. As a result, they had their own business, and today we see thriving businesses given the opportunities because of the new Imani program. So when you hear some of them want to point out some of the weaknesses of the program, say to them, yes, we acknowledge there were challenges, but when you look at the benefits that the young people believe, we know the new Imani program was a great program for the young people of this country. We can boast about the Empower program, a program that we created and specially designed for our young men on the blocks, young men who dropped out of school, young men who lost hope in the system. The Empower program gave them a second opportunity to reclaim their lives and to develop skills and to find jobs. Today, what is happening to that program? They tried to bring it back, but we don't know the status because we don't get enough updates. But this was a program created by the new National Party team, adopted by the political team in Trinidad and Tobago. They adopted the Empower program because they saw the government of Trinidad and Tobago adopted the Empower program because they saw the amount of benefits that it was given to our young men. We are proud of these opportunities that we gave to the young men of this country. And we understand that there are many young people did not want to move out of their comfort zones. What did we do? We brought projects to them. For example, Project Fly, fostering level-headed youth. We went into communities that we deemed at risk and we delivered skills training and life skill training opportunities to the young people in these communities. Today, one of the youth officers at the Ministry of Youth was a beneficiary of Project Fly in St. John's. He's also a CARICOM youth ambassador, a national youth parliamentarian. So think about it. He was given an opportunity by Project Fly. Today he's flying high. And that is what we do. We create opportunities for the young people of this country. So we are going through a period now where opportunities have been slowed down, and in some cases, there are zero opportunities for young people. But when we get back into office, the new National Party, we will be expanding and improving on the programs to deliver to you, the young people of this country. Because you can be the innovators, you can be passionate, you can be young, and you can have ideas. But if you don't get opportunities, you will not be able to prosper in life. You will not be able to do well. So you need a government that understands youth. You need a government that prioritizes youth. And that is where the new National Party comes in, to bring to you, the young people of this country, the opportunities that you need and you deserve so that you can be the citizens of this country to drive national development. You can be good citizens contributing to the nation's development, contributing to your families, to your communities. So we need you to have hope. Don't give up, because we are standing right there with you. And you have to work with us. Don't be afraid of the victimization strategies created in front of you. Time will come and we will get rid of them, because we want you to have the opportunities that you need and that you deserve. So we will be providing you with the opportunities to do well so you can have a better tomorrow for yourself and for your families. Young people, NMP youth, NMP youth, I want you to feel proud, to stand strong with the new National Party. Without you, we cannot make it. So we need you. And in the end, we will work together to bring opportunities to you, the young people. Thank you very much and have a good evening.
Are you ready? Move it. Yes, we move it. Move it. NNP, we move it. Move it. Yes, we move it. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again to Honorable Kate Skeeter Lewis. You know, they just fly a lot, so they passed all their on this week. and they look in the veranda and they say that seat missing. You know that earlier on this week they stated all kind of thing about Honorable Kid because it was passing plane. They wasn't part of the fly program. I think I think they're part of the fly program too. Because that is all they're doing, flying high. Yeah. So they pass fast and they say one of the chair missing in the veranda. And then she came outside and said, hey, my chair is here. So, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to the youngest member of the party this evening. Definitely would give him that position. And young people, fear not to be part of this organization. I think I have a few persons that can testify that even my next speaker, as a very young child in the days of Tellstone, the story was said to me that this is the political leader who lifted me at the roundabout in Victoria. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm standing proud. And every time I do this, I am feeling honored because my mom would have been one of the persons cheering me on for this. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce the next speaker, the greatest politician Grenada have ever seen. Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest political leader who have led this new national party into successful general elections. Ladies and gentlemen, the chairman of the political organization and the past prime minister, Dr. The Right Honorable Kit Mitchell.
We read. Tell me why should I? Why should I? Stop. Old people did say back long time ago, if something ain't break, don't fix it, leave it so. And up to this day, this I still maintain.
Don't worry, man. We're going to get a time to dance much more than this. You know the next time we go dance like this when Sister Emin Pierre becomes the next Prime Minister of Grenada, Carriacou, and Peter Martin. Well, I go dance. I go dance. Friends, let me welcome, of course, my political leader and your political leader, Sister Emlyn Pierre. Other members of Parliament and other members of the executive of the new National Party, and especially so, this group of young men and women, led by Amanda Japal, the young people, you, the young people, recognizing you all, because the future of this country is in your hands. Sisters and brothers, I repeat, the future of this country is in your hands. Your hands. And we cannot play with this. My role and the role of many of us who have been in the vineyard for many years is to ensure that you have the support, the guidance, to do the things necessary to take this party to the next stage and to take the country forward. Forward. It says forward ever, backward never. So I am proud to be here this afternoon. Apologize for being late, but I'm here because of other things that I had planned. I'm proud to see this special gathering of young people. And after being in the political vineyard for 40 years plus, I would say to you, and you need to recognize this, this is the best turnout of young people that I have seen in 40 years of the new National Party's existence and governance of this country. And that's a special feat, sisters and brothers. And for those who are working hard to ensure this happens, you need to give yourself a tremendous round of applause. I am so proud of all of you, sisters and brothers. I am going to be short. because this is, we have a new political leader. New political leader will set the tone going forward. But I will still do my share. Sisters and brothers, I am at peace with myself as a person, with the responsibilities I've had over the years and the work that I've done for my country and my party. But I am not at peace. For one thing, I'm extremely worried about the pain and the suffering that I see in this country at this time. It gets to me. It becomes difficult and sometimes emotional when I see pain of the people out there, when people come to me and talk about what is going on in this country. Everybody's asking what's going on in this country. Like we have no leadership, we have no guidance, everybody doing their own thing. They're running like chicken out of a pen. Sisters and brothers, it's affecting the lives of the people of our country. And these people don't seem to understand that they have taken a responsibility to protect the future of this country and the life of the people of this land. They seem not to understand. It's all about themselves, about the greed of power and money. Sisters and brothers, what people say, one day, Congo Tay. You know that? One day. Sisters and brothers, people are hurting. You talk to the vendors and the market all over the country. They are being pressured by people without feelings for what they're going through, trying to take care of the families. The farmers going through it. The fishermen going through it. You talk to the shop owners around the country, it's like everything dead. Most shops are closed at times that you never saw before. That's a fact. And these are not Nancy stories. These are just things that are happening in our country. The public service has been destroyed. All the systems that were put in place to ensure that people are promoted within this public service based on performance and ability and contribution. They have done away with that. All you have to do is a label closeness to a man or persons in government. It's a dangerous experience we're going through. And I'm warning against it, friends. That's my responsibility to speak about those things. That's my role now. It's a sad reflection of what's taking place. Our police force is being destroyed. Destroyed because people are bringing rumors and lies on people. And if someone goes to a particular place where someone is supposed to be some support of a party, that has some high-ranking members and force calling them in and ask them why this person was doing that. What the hell going on in this country? I cannot sit, friends, while these things are happening and keep my mouth shut. I cannot. I will continue to speak out. They can do what they want. They could pass me and not even say morning or afternoon. I notice they're doing that now. I don't care. I don't need their howdy. What I need is them to work to build this country and to take care of the future of this land. That is what I need. And that is what Sister Pierre and others in the leadership of the new National Party politically will be doing. Sisters and brothers, so you can talk about all areas of the country. It is said Christmas came and went. You saw Christmas? They say Santa Claus pass and he vex, just take off. They say we have independence now. Where independence where? You could see anything happening for independence? Where's independence? Where is independence? He gone to? Independence disappear. they say a certain person who's supposed to be leading the country is in a cockpit with some pilot uniform flying all over the place. But it's a joke in one way, but it's a serious joke because it's about your future. So, friends, as I said, tonight is not my time. Your political leader will speak to you. But let me say this. The New National Party, for those of you who would not have been even born then, won 14 out of 15 seats in the 1984 election, which I was part of. I didn't hear that one. Just wait, 14 out of 15. Listen to this. In 1995, we won election again, the second time. In 1999, we won again. This time we won all 15 seats. In 2003, again we won. That's the fourth time. And 2013, we won again. This time, all 15 seats. Once again, that's 5 times. Sisters and brothers, you might want to know where I'm going with this, but the way I'm going is simply this, to say, we had disruptions in the New National Party in 1992, 1993. Some members formed what they called the A-Team to disrupt the New National Party's forward march to protect the people of this country. They were soundly beaten. Politically so, we threw out nobody. The democratic process, which is what the New National Party stands for, voted in the convention solidly for what they wanted. Sisters and brothers, throughout all these elections, we raised lots of resources from committed friends and supporters at home and abroad. Millions of dollars were raised to run general elections and to win them convincingly, sisters and brothers. You have never heard me say that I was responsible for all that happened in the New National Party because I am just one man. The New National Party is not about one-manism. It's about a team of people who are committed to the future of this country. And in that team, now led by Sister Pierre, it's not about Sister Pierre by herself. If you do not give her the support and stand strong with her, we will not make. We will not make. But if you stand with her, because they're going to come after her, they know one thing is to condemn people and attack people personally. They don't know another way. So I'm warning you, get ready. Stand with your armor to defend the future of this party and the future of this country. And that is why I say to you, listen to no one who wants to claim they're responsible for the success of the New National Party when they were not even around when the New National Party was making progress and winning 5 elections before they had anything to do with the New National Party. Do not listen. And I am the one to stand there and speak, because I can speak about the past, the present, and the future. Some of them could only talk about the recent past. Therefore, that's where I was going. And I'm glad you understand where I was going. Therefore, stand with the New National Party. Stand with your country. Stand with your new political leader and the team of young people banded together to protect Grenada, Carriacou, and Peter Marty. Good evening. Thank you all.
So much lost the job, others part-time work. So don't waste your time, cause they know it's only talk. You're talking about youth, explain this to me. Why you send them home, all them in my knees and take away their salary? Let the truth be told.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we heard it there. And you heard an outline of it, right? They had catch stroke, he get fat. all kind of surgery and nothing. The heartbeats, but they say in the house shaky. The land is ours and the foundation belongs to us. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, I would go a little bit off protocol because I really want to do this evening, and I hope both the leader and president would allow me to do this. Ladies and gentlemen, there is somebody very dear to my heart, and not very regular. You would see this individual be recognized on a stage like this. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to give a resounding round of applause to Dr. Clarice Modest Cohen, my parliamentary representative. I want you to stand, ladies and gentlemen. This lady here, very silent, but very strong. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause, Dr. Clarice Modest Cohen. It is always an honor. Yeah, she really didn't expect that. Yeah, but I got to do this. Because within the New National Party, there always somebody building somebody among us. You heard Amanda spoke as it relates to Sister Emmeline Pear. This is one of my stalwart individuals who normally calls me and push the button the right way. Sometimes I go a little bit off track, but that's understood. Ladies and gentlemen, at this stage, we would have had the chairman of the party. And now I would like to introduce, ladies and gentlemen, our newly elected political leader, our next prime minister and first female prime minister of Grenada, Carrick, P. Martin. Ladies and gentlemen, political leader Honorable Emmeline Fair.
Don't stop, don't stop. Move it. Yes, we move it. Move it. Yes, we move it.
The progress. Brothers and sisters, let me recognize our former political leader of the New National Party and our current chairman, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Claudius Mitchell. I recognize the Deputy Chair, Brother Gregory Boying, and all other members of the New National Party's executive this afternoon, and they're all there supporting our young people. Put your hands together for the national executive. I want to also add, you notice they have given up their place to the young people of the party. Put your hands together for an executive that believes in our young people. Let me join all those who went before me also to congratulate Sister Amanda Japal George on her victory as the new president of the National Youth Arm of the New National Party. Brother Tarek Frank as our deputy leader of the I think I'm a little ahead of them now. As the deputy president of the youth arm and all the other executive members and chairpersons of the various committees. Put your hands together for all of them. We are so proud of every single one of you. But I want you to put your hands together for yourselves. Just clap, just clap, just clap. And I want to tell you why you are clapping for yourselves this evening. Our former political leader said it. Dr. Mitchell said it. He can speak about the last 40 years. I could only speak of the last 20 years. It is the first time that I've seen so many young people in a political activity of the NNP as a convention. And you know what touched me? You are not here to protect a job. You are not here because you want to get onto a program. You are here because you believe in the new national party. And that is why I feel so touched by your attendance this evening. The hall is filled, not a single chair. Those who would have stepped out. And I believe there are persons just as many as us in here who are on the outside as well. Some of them have to protect their jobs. Unfortunately, we have to say this. Some of them have to protect their jobs.
And so they are standing in solidarity with you, the ones who are brave and bold to stand for something. The ones who are brave and bold to stand for something. Brothers and sisters, I also want to recognize all of the caretakers and the organizers of this party for ensuring the turnout here this evening. Every single constituency had their full quota of delegates, and many others would have had additional persons coming to show their support. Put your hands together. And let me specially recognize Tongue of St. George. Let me also recognize Kariakou and Piti Matnik too. We love every single one of you. And I'm so proud that you've decided to stand with your party. Brother Amanda, Sister Amanda, gave a story earlier. And I want to just share briefly a story to make a point as well. Many years ago, as a little child, maybe about 8 years old, between 8 and 10 years old, my grandmother, who left Grenada to go to Trinidad for a better life, my father was her only child. My grandmother was very involved in the politics in Trinidad and Tobago. I never understood it as a child when she sent photographs back to Grenada showing her involvement in politics in Trinidad. I never knew the stories until Delbert Braveboy explained to me that my grandmother left Trinidad to come to Grenada to campaign for Brother Hubert Blaise, our former Prime Minister of Grenada, and was involved with the work of the TNP. As a matter of fact, he credits the program of starting community centers in Grenada to my grandmother, the first one built in Birch Grove, the community that she was from. I share this story with you because I remember as a little child when my grandmother took us for a vacation in Trinidad, that she would tag us along to all the meetings that she would be attending, that she would tag us along to all the politics and all that was going on, the Baliger. That's why I knew the name of that flower. Yes, I hear Baliger so many times as a little child. But I'm saying this to say to you that today, when a young lady stepped up to me and she asked me, "Do you remember my mother?" My mother passed away. She described her mother as one of the biggest stalwarts of the NNP. And when she shared that with me, and she said to me that she has to continue the legacy of her mother, the story of my grandmother came back. And that is why I want to share it with you this evening, because almost every single one of you come from a home where there's a stalwart NNP supporter. Whether it's your mother, whether it's your grandmother, whether it's your auntie, some of you nurse NNP from baby. And that is why some of you are here today, because you understand what NNP has done for so many people over the years. So when I think of my grandmother, as I said, as a little child, she died. I didn't fully understand it. But when I think of her today, I feel like that young lady who said, I have to continue the legacy of my grandmother. And that is why I say to every single one of you, what are you prepared to do to continue the legacy of family members who have toiled and sacrificed to build this party, the New National Party? So you might not understand it. I did not.
You have a stake in the NNP. You have credits in the NNP. You have investment in the new National Party because someone connected to you would have put in their sweat and their blood in building this party. You have a responsibility to ensure that NNP lives on and that NNP remains strong. That is a challenge to you this evening, that you want to ensure that this party remains strong, united, and continuing to contribute to the national development of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. So that is why I say to you this evening, we are in the process of reviewing policies that we would have functioned through or on while we served in government before. We are reviewing all of those things that we did. Can you imagine why? Because whatever we did before, I guarantee you we are coming back to do it even better. And that is why you are so important, because we want every single one of you to be part of this process, to inform the policies and the programs of the NNP the next time we have the opportunity to serve. So I say to you, get involved in your constituencies. Sister Amanda said to you, she didn't wait on a caretaker to invite her to be involved. What did she do? She went to the caretaker. So I challenge you to go to your caretaker, challenge them. And it's okay to say to your caretaker, me or anyone, that you need to do more, and I want to help you to do more. That is a challenge that you have this evening, because I told you, you have a stake. You cannot afford to see the NNP fall. NNP belongs to every single one of you, the young people who are here today. Brothers and sisters, much has been said about the investment that our party has made in government in the area of youth development. Well, I remember looking back and researching budgetary contributions directly to youth development. And I remember when I joined the Ministry of Youth many years ago, and I took all of the old budget documents and went back. And I say to you, when NNP came into office, there was a budget for youth development of $15,000. That was the budget for youth. $15,000 is not an error. $15,000. Brothers and sisters, I've looked over the years, and I can write an entire book of how I've looked at the NNP making youth development a center stage of national development, where all cabinet members would support the increase in investment for young people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. Brothers and sisters, when the NNP left office in 2022, can you imagine what that direct budget for youth development was? Over $40 million. From $15,000 to $40 million. And I say to you, NNP is the only trailblazer in Grenada when it comes to youth development. And I can speak to that with a measure of authority. NNP is the only trailblazer as it relates to youth development in Grenada. And that is why I say to you again, you have made the right choice to support NNP. And I want you to be proud about this. Listen, there are many things that I'm proud of. But one of the things that I'm very proud about, extremely proud about, is to be a member of the new National Party. And I'm saying this with no hesitation and no apology because I have experienced personally what the new National Party has done for young people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. The investment in opportunities, the willingness to not treat young people as tokens, but to give them real opportunities to be agents of change. And that is why we are so disappointed, as was said before, in the direction that this administration is going as it relates to youth development. But not just youth development. And when I did an interview earlier, I highlighted why it is so important to invest far more. So if we invested 40-something million in direct investment in youth, this administration should be investing 100 million. And I'm not talking about nationally, I'm talking the direct youth development budget. And this is why. We are living in a time when there's a greater threat as it relates to crime and violence in this country. We are living in a time when the threat is not just internal, but it's also external. Our borders are exposed. We see what's happening right there in Trinidad. And so it means that far more must be done for young people to ensure that they are protected, to ensure that they are engaged, to ensure that they have more opportunities. So you keep them away from crime and violence. I am very disturbed as to the response of this administration to the increase in crime. But I'm not surprised because I remember maybe 1 year ago when the alarm was sounded, the Prime Minister of this country almost stated that we should just wait and see. It's coming. We should expect that it will be here. And we are saying an NNP administration believe that when it comes to crime and violence, one has to be proactive. Government must be proactive in its response. And we are calling on the government for your sake, for the protection of you, the young people of this country. Please. I heard of one case where children had to run under a bed. Drug men came up on the show and they said they come back for their drugs. And they didn't just come back for their drugs, they come back with guns. And children had to be hiding under the bed. I'm saying the issue of crime is not in isolation to youth development. It concerns every single one of you because it can be your niece or your nephew. It can be your sister. It can be your mother. But crime and violence is only one issue. And the kind of approach that is taken is almost like we have abandoned the agenda as it relates to fighting crime in a serious way. There's just too much at stake, just too much. But what about the economic situation in this country? The consumer price index, each time it comes out, tells us one thing consistently. Food price is going up. Medication is going up. And we are saying that too many families find it difficult to put food on the table and not sufficient relief is provided by this administration. Rather, what we are hearing, poor and greedy, beggy, beggy, these are the kind of terms used to identify people who have a need, a serious need. But I'm going to tell you, it's not just about who is rich and poor. Because I know of people, and my colleagues would be able to identify with this, that there are people in 2022 who would have never come to you seeking assistance. Now they come and this is their story. Sister Pierre, you know, I never begged for nothing yet. I never asked for nothing yet. But the situation is dire and I need help. And that is why we are saying to this administration, when we speak, this is not an attack of the government. It is not a personal attack. It is to bring to the attention of the administration that there's far more that you need to do. It is to bring the cries of our people to the attention. So I was very happy, those of you from Karakou, I was so very happy to see the movements after the press conference. And I even have a report on what was said in the meeting that followed the press conference. I'm saying this to say every party in opposition has a responsibility to represent those who need to be represented. Every party in opposition must have a voice for the voiceless. Those who are afraid to speak, those who are protecting their jobs and cannot speak. Listen me. One young lady, and this is no story, one young lady was called into an office. You think because she wasn't performing? You think it's because she was late? It was simply because she liked a post that was made by a member of the opposition. Simply because she liked a post. Where is the freedom of expression that we knew before? Where is the freedom of association that existed before 2022? I say to you, young people, do not allow yourself to be bullied. Do not allow your constitutional rights to be trampled upon. Stand up for your rights. There's a song that says, you have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose. Stand up and fight back. That's what the song says. Stand up, fight back. You have nothing to lose. So if you are bullied and you are victimized because you have chosen to support the NNP, I say stand up and fight back. You have nothing to lose. It is okay to respectfully disagree. It is okay to respectfully relate your rights to those in authority. It is okay to say to someone they are infringing. Use nice words. You are infringing on my constitutional rights. It is okay. Do not be bullied. You notice I use the word with R. Whatever you do, I challenge you. Do it respectfully, but do not allow anyone to prevent you from doing what you have a right to do. The NNP just celebrated 40 years. How many people here have 40 years? Most of you are not. Right? I wasn't talking about the members of the executive at all. Yeah? I am still in my 40s. So I'm almost as young as the NNP. But I close this evening by saying to you, when I consider the rising cost of living in this country and how many people cannot feed their families comfortably, and I'm talking just about the people who found it easier to do in 2022. When I look at how the economy is being managed, the wastage on travel, and huge delegations traveling and looking at sites around the world. When I look at the state of the roads throughout this country, as a matter of fact, I've called on the government, and I'm finishing right now. I've called on the government that some concession must be given in the budget for every vehicle owner in this country. When I look at the threats internally and externally as it relates to crime and violence, I say to you this evening, when I look at the situation of health and ordinary people who have to come home from the hospital
because they cannot afford to get the treatment there. They cannot buy the medication. When I consider all of these factors, I say to you, I am more motivated than I've ever been to be a solid supporter of the new National Party. And that is why our song says, I will fight with all my might, working for the new National Party. For one reason, I am convinced the NNP is best for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. I love every single one of you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
Are you ready? Move it. Yes, we move it. Move it. NNP, we move it. Move it. Yes, we move it. Don't stop. Don't stop.
I know many of you guys are now eager to vote even much more faster. Yes? So that was our political leader, Honorable Emmeline Pierre. They asked for one convention, they get two. We do easy within the New National Party. They asked for one, we give them two. And we still have more to come. Careful when you touch the house. Ladies and gentlemen, at this stage, we will do the vote of thanks. And to do so, we invite Brother Wendell Thomas.
Right there. Good night, everybody. I was tasked to do the vote of thanks. I was also going to give a speech, but after all these powerful speeches, I don't think that mine would impact so much. First of all, I would like to say thanks to our youth, everybody that's here, also our new executive youth members. I would like you guys to stand up again. I'm sorry for that, but I'd like you guys to stand up again so you guys can be acknowledged. And to those in the crowd, we are happy that you're all here on a Sunday. That you guys leave everything that you've done, that you need to do as youths on a Sunday. To see you all here, it was really shocking. I know I wouldn't leave my Sunday just so. So again, I would like to say thanks to all of y'all. Before I finish the vote of thanks, I would also like to handle some household activities. Me, myself, part of the new membership committee, would like to have a lot more members into the committee. So I would like to invite some of you youths that's here that would like to join the new National Party as a member. Before you all leave, please come to me on the stage. I'll be here. I can have you guys registered as a member to the party also. But then again, on a closing note, I would like to say a special thanks to all the youths coming out here tonight in support of the new National Party. Thank you guys very much.
All right, so thank you so very much, Mr. Thomas. Thank you so very much. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have had all the dynamic speakers and all the persons that would have given their wonderful speech. But let's not leave this evening with giving God thanks and praise for the opportunity to having been here this evening. So we are going to end this afternoon with a word of prayer. Again, I would like to thank you so very much. It was a pleasure being your master of ceremony for the evening. My name, Prince James. Don't forget at 6 p.m. this tomorrow evening, you would see me again. Join the class in session program via Facebook and YouTube. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, at this page, we invite Evert Charles as we do our closing prayer. So we ask and invite everyone to stand.
Good night to everybody. Get ready to reverence God in prayer. I want to thank you all for coming out here today. Thank you, Lord, for getting us all here safely. I pray that on our journey home, we will be able to reach home safe as we go forward. I pray that we know that we represent an organization that want to move Grenada forward, that we represent the organization well. We start working, connecting with the people, and bringing more people into the party. And we all would recognize everything in your name. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.